Oregon's Roloff Farm, featured on Little People, Big World, for sale again. Matt Roloff sits atop his barn, overlooking his 38-acre fruit orchard and a replica of an Old West town that he built on his property in Hillsboro, or AP Photo/Jack. Fans of the TLC series Little People, Big World have watched members of Oregon's Roloff family go through all sorts of changes, from kids growing up to family members leaving the show and the divorce of Matt Roloff and Amy Roloff. One familiar element remained, though, and that was the family's home on Roloff Farms in the Helvetia area. But the fate of the property became a contentious issue as the Oregonian/Oregon Live and other sources reported that Matt Roloff announced in 2022 that he wanted to sell part of the farm, a 16-acre parcel listed for a price of $4 million. But that wasn't the end of the story. As People magazine reported later in 2022, Roloff said he was pulling the part of the farm off the market and instead planned to turn it into an Airbnb-style destination for travelers. Drama ensued as one of the Roloff offspring, Zach Roloff, expressed interest in buying part of the farm, which didn't happen. Instead, Zach and his wife, Tori, and their family moved from Oregon and settled in Battleground, Washington. In 2024, Zach and Tori Roloff announced that they plan to depart Little People, Big World. In the latest twist, Matt Roloff has put Roloff Farms on the market again, with a listing price of $2,895,000. Here's how the property is described in a news release from the Real Brokerage, which is handling the sale. Located just outside Portland in Hillsboro, Oregon, this 16-acre estate blends luxury living with unmatched creative potential. The 5-bedroom, 6,462 square feet main home includes a theater, gourmet kitchen, and multiple offices, while the property's showstoppers are what set it apart: a custom-built western town, a 3,600 square feet barn, scenic bridges, a pool, and even a miniature castle. Little People, Big World has aired on TLC since 2006. Earlier in the show's run, it focused on life at the farm, Matt and Amy Roloff, who have dwarfism, and their children Zach, who also has dwarfism, and Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. As People reports, at this point, it's not clear if Little People, Big World will return for more seasons. Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff reveals family farm is back on the market. Details on updated listing. Fans of Little People, Big World have the opportunity to purchase a piece of reality TV history again. Nearly 3 years after listing a piece of Roloff Farms on the market for $4 million, Matt Roloff has revealed that he is once again hoping to offload a portion of his family's famous Hillsboro, Oregon farm, this time for the new and reduced price of $2,895,000. Roloff Farm and the original farmhouse has been a monumental part of my life for over 30 years, the father of 4 revealed to People this week. This legacy property was shared with millions of you around the world through Little People, Big World. It holds some of the most magical memories and will forever live deep in my heart. As the Ashley previously told you, when Matt initially listed the portion of Roloff Farms, which includes the Roloff family's former home, notable red barn, and 16 of the farm's 109 acres, he made it clear that he wasn't happy about selling the property, as he wanted it to stay in the family. Matt insinuated at the time that his twin sons, Zach and Jeremy Roloff, were to blame for him having to sell the farm, ultimately igniting a feud between Zach and Matt that became public when Zach blasted his dad on social media in May 2022 for manipulating the narrative of the situation to Little People, Big World fans. Despite his efforts to sell the listed portion of Roloff Farms in summer 2022, Matt went on to announce in October 2022 that he was scrapping the sale idea and instead turning the 6-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom farmhouse into a short-term rental, which opened to guests in December 2022. Less than 8 months later, Matt relisted the home for $3,395,000, a significant decrease from the initial $4 million asking price. While Matt noted this week that he truly hoped that the entire farm would remain in the family forever, he claimed that life happened and that was not meant to be. Add that to the list of things that weren't meant to be around here. My kids each have their own wonderful lives, some with their own farms, projects, and their own individual dreams, which I honor and am so proud of, he added. As for why he isn't planning to hold onto the piece of property himself, Matt said that as he approaches his 64th birthday, he's learned that less is truly more. These days, I find joy in life's simpler blessings. Spending time with my precious grandchildren, focusing on a new, exciting TV project, and soaking up the Arizona sunshine, he said. As the Ashley previously reported, Matt and fiancée Karen Chandler purchased a home in Surprise, Arizona, from Karen's parents in 2018 for $375,000 as a vacation home. Matt said he's also hoping that the piece of Roloff Farms will bring the new owners as much happiness as it brought his own family over the years. This property isn't just a home, it's a launchpad for big dreams, Matt said. There's a kind of magic here. The moment you step on the farm, your senses tingle, your imagination soars, and your heart feels like you're home, he continued. We know the next owner will love it as much as we did. Related to story, Zach Roloff talks about having to film on a rigid schedule for Little People Big World during his childhood. Very stressful. Little People Big World star Matt Roloff plans to rent out family home on Roloff Farm as airman. Jacob Roloff and family currently living in camper next to farm. Little People Big World star Matt Roloff puts family home back up for sale, slashes asking price in Little People Big World. Little People Big World returns for season 24. Zach and Tori Roloff reveal why they're skipping Roloff Farm's pumpkin season. Watch the new trailer. In Little People Big World, Zach Roloff talks about having to film on a rigid schedule for Little People Big World during his childhood. Very stressful. During a new episode of his Raising Heights podcast, Zach Roloff talked about what it was like spending his childhood filming for Little People Big World on a rigid schedule. Zach Roloff says relationship with dad Matt Roloff remained strained due to narcissism following Little People Big World season 25 final. Nothing has been fixed. The future of Little People Big World remains uncertain, and according to Zach Roloff, so does his relationship with his reality. Little People Big World star Matt Roloff selling family farm again with major price change. Little People Big World alum Matt Roloff has listed his family's famous farmhouse for sale once again, this time with a major price cut. The former TLC star, 63, is listing 16 acres of his 109-acre Helvetia, or property, including a 5,373-square-foot farmhouse, for $2,895,000, with the real brokerage, as first reported by People. See the listing here. Roloff Farm, and the original farmhouse, has been a monumental part of my life for over 30 years, the reality personality told the outlet in a statement. This legacy property was shared with millions of you around the world through Little People Big World. It holds some of the most magical memories and will forever live deep in my heart. Yes, I had truly hoped that the entire farm would remain in the family forever, but life happened, and that was not meant to be, added Matt, who is dad to twins Jeremy Roloff and Zach Roloff, 34, daughter Molly Roloff, 31, and son Jacob Roloff, 28, with ex-wife Amy Roloff. My kids each have their own wonderful lives, some with their own farms, projects, and their own individual dreams, which I honor and am so proud of. The family's 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom farmhouse is also decked out with a custom kitchen, home theater, 6-car garage, swimming pool, and spa. As I approach my 64th birthday, this old grandpa has learned that less is truly more, said Matt, who has been spending most of his time in Arizona with fiancée Karen Chandler since 2018. These days, I find joy in life's simpler blessings. Spending time with my precious grandchildren, focusing on a new, exciting TV project, and soaking up the Arizona sunshine. The Roloff family's farm has been an issue of contention since Matt and Amy's 2016 divorce. In 2020, Amy, 62, sold her portion of the land to her ex-husband for $975,000. And while both Zach and Jeremy told their father they'd be interested in buying part of the farm, he put the land up for sale to the public in May 2022 for $4 million. In October 2022, Matt took the property off the market, announcing that the main home would now serve as a vacation rental. In August 2023, Matt put the property back on the market for $3,395,000, but he then took it back off the market for a second time in December.